Hello everyone, my name is Tom Persich and I am a member of the Technical Services team that is supporting the Aerospace and Defence Chromates Reauthorisation Consortium, or the ADCR Consortium. Welcome to this short presentation which is aimed at providing you with further information on the Consortium's current activities. The ADCR Consortium has been formed to prepare applications for reauthorisation for uses of chromates previously applied for under various consortia applications. The formation of the consortium has gone well, with more than 25 companies joining so far. This includes those companies that acted as applicants to the first round of applications for authorisation, as well as companies reflecting all parts of the supply chain. It also includes a Ministry of Defence concerned about the future of their maintenance and repair activities. We wish to make you aware that we have now opened a membership window until the end of May 2020 to allow companies who were previously unsure whether to get involved to have a chance to join and share the burden of reauthorisation, ensuring their specific uses are covered rather than having to tackle this difficult task alone. So, why should you join the ADCR Consortium? A total of 9 chromium-6 substance entries in REACH Annex 14 fall under the scope of the work of the ADCR Consortium, as shown on the screen. 5 of these had an initial sunset date of the 21st of September 2017, while the remaining 4 had an initial sunset date of the 22nd of January 2019. Applications for authorisation were submitted for 8 of the substances as a result of the work of 3 previous consortia: the Chromium Trioxide Authorisation Consortium, or CTAC, the Chromium-6 Compounds for Surface Treatment Consortium, or CCST, and the Global Chromates Consortium for Aerospace, or GCCA. We already know that all of the aerospace and defence substance and use combinations in the original applications are not yet covered by the existing members and therefore will not be reapplied for. As a result, it cannot be guaranteed that your substance use combinations will be covered by the ADCR reauthorisation applications without your participation. These applications will be made by the upstream applicants from the previous consortia who are members of the ADCR. In this case, the applicants will only be covering those substance use combinations that the ADCR Aerospace and Defence company members want to support, avoiding reauthorisation for uses that are substituted, and these combinations will be defined more narrowly to respond to criticisms of the previous applications. There are currently gaps in the measured data included in the existing dossiers, and modelled data was used where actual monitoring data was unavailable. Whilst allowed in the regulation, this proved to be less popular with the ECHA committees. As a result, more measured data is needed, especially for worker and environmental exposure scenarios, to ensure the dossiers are more representative of reality. This is particularly important at the machining, fabrication and surface engineering levels of the supply chain, and also where final customers such as airlines or ministries of defence carry out their own maintenance or repair activities. It is also noteworthy that the chromates and their REACH authorisation are expected to be the subject of enforcement projects to be launched by the Forum for Exchange of Information on Enforcement, which comprises representatives of national inspection authorities. A pilot project is to be launched this year, with an EU-wide inspection project then expected for next year. When the competent authority calls to inspect your facility, your uses, including how you use the chromates, the duration of exposures, and the risk management measures in place, must be in line with the submitted authorisation. You also need to be undertaking exposure measurements for both workers and the environment, as these data will need to be reported to ECHA. If not, you may incur fines and you could possibly be subject to enforcement actions. So, what should you do next? If you are currently using substances containing hexavalent chrome and the uses are relevant to aerospace and defence applications, you can replace the substance with a suitable alternative or adapt your process to avoid its use. Do note, however, that in many cases this will only be possible if you are the design owner. You can redesign products, articles, to avoid the use of the substance in the first place. Again, this may only be possible if you are the design owner. You can consider applying, ensuring your use is covered by a reauthorization by joining ADCR. Please note that non-members of the ADCR will not know what specific uses are being applied for within the consortium. Furthermore, within the consortium, full visibility in relation to each use applied for will only be gained by companies joining specific substance use groups. You can ensure your use is covered by another authorization, in other words by somebody else in your supply chain. Here we would like to stress that uses in the context of REACH authorization can be very specific to individual companies, and it can be risky to simply rely on someone else to cover your uses. A high level of detail is required when defining a use, including information on how the substance is used, what exposures may occur, the impact of non-authorization, the availability of alternatives, research and development plans, and substitution plans. This is why it is critical, if you are relying on someone else to cover your use, that you make them aware of your use and fully respond to any data calls they may send. You can cease carrying out the activity that required the chromate within the EU, or you can apply independently for your own authorization, assuming your position within the supply chain allows you to sufficiently cover your needs. We hope that you have now gained a good understanding of the efforts that the ADCR consortium plans to make for the reauthorization of the use of chromates, and we would also like to reiterate that, in the context of Brexit, potential UK REACH authorizations will also be within the scope of the consortium as required. As you all know, the urgency surrounding reauthorization is particularly of concern for the aerospace and defence industry, where we have a number of complicating factors that mean that the need for an authorization may be critical, making it essential that we respond effectively to the challenges posed. If you have any questions at all or would like to express your interest in joining the ADCR, please do not hesitate to get in contact with us using the details on screen. Furthermore, if you missed our initial set of detailed webinars and would like more information as to the background of the consortium, you may be interested in viewing the recording via the following link. Only by working together can we overcome the challenges presented by REACH authorization.